Let me ask you a strange question. Why do you feel exhausted on days when you've barely done anything? You didn't run a marathon. You didn't work 14 hours. But your mind feels like it's been carrying bricks all day. The answer? You're not mentally tired from doing too much. You're tired because of what's left undone. That's the power of the Zeigarnik Effect, an invisible force that silently drains your energy, hijacks your focus, and clouds your peace of mind. And today, I want to show you how it works, and how to break free from it, once and for all. What is the Zeigarnik Effect? Back in the 1920s, a psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik noticed something strange. She was sitting in a cafe in Vienna, watching waiters serve dozens of people. The waiters could remember every single unpaid order without writing anything down. But once a bill was settled, they forgot it almost instantly. Zeigarnik realized something powerful. Our minds hold on to unfinished tasks with emotional intensity, but release completed ones like a weight off the shoulders. This became known as the Zeigarnik Effect, the tendency of your brain to fixate on tasks that are incomplete, unresolved, or open-ended. You're not just thinking about what's on your to-do list. You're carrying the emotional weight of everything you've started, but haven't closed. That's why your mind feels heavy. That's why your focus feels scattered. That's why you can't fully relax, even on your day off. How the Zeigarnik Effect is controlling you. Let me give you some examples. That email you meant to send. That friend you forgot to reply to. That goal you half started, then abandoned. They're all open loops in your brain, and your subconscious is quietly whispering, "Don't forget. Don't forget. Don't forget." This creates mental friction, and over time, it leads to decision fatigue, anxiety, procrastination, even burnout. We think we're overwhelmed by the big things, but most of our stress comes from the little things we never finished. And hey, if this is already making sense, if you've been feeling mentally overloaded and didn't know why, that's exactly why this channel exists. Subscribe right now so you don't keep repeating the same mental cycles alone. Because here we break patterns, we build clarity, and we grow together. Ancient wisdom, closing the loop. You know who understood this long before modern science? Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond that matters." And one of the greatest forms of inner strength? Learning to bring closure. In Eastern philosophy, especially Zen Buddhism, there's a focus on completion of thought, not leaving anything hanging emotionally or mentally, because incompleteness creates mental noise, and noise leads to confusion, disconnection, and eventually, emotional exhaustion. Real-life stories. When open loops ruin potential. Let me tell you a story. There was a brilliant young writer, full of ideas, talent, and passion, but she never finished anything. Dozens of notebooks, half-written stories, unsent emails, unedited videos. People called her lazy, but she wasn't. She was simply trapped in the Zeigarnik loop, addicted to starting but unable to finish. Because finishing meant facing perfectionism, facing judgment, facing closure. Now contrast that with another story. J.K. Rowling, writing in cafes on napkins with a baby in one hand, she didn't aim for perfection. She aimed for completion. And that's why the world knows her name. Sometimes, it's not talent that wins. It's the willingness to close the loop. How to free your mind, step by step. Here's how to take control of the Zeigarnik Effect and regain your mental clarity. 1. Capture every loose thought. Keep a notepad or app. Write it as soon as it enters your mind. Don't trust your brain to remember. Trust a system. 2. Schedule it, or let it go. If it matters, assign it a time. If it doesn't, release it. Closure isn't always completion. Sometimes, it's a conscious decision to move on. 3. Build a completion hour. Every evening, set aside 30 to 60 minutes to close small loops, emails, messages, cleanup. You'll sleep better and wake up lighter. 4. Celebrate small wins. Each closed task, no matter how tiny, gives your brain dopamine. Use that momentum to build daily energy. 5. Say these words daily. What's the one thing I can finish today? Not start, not think about, not plan, finish. If this message hit you, if you're tired of living with an overloaded mind and unclosed loops, subscribe now. This channel is where we train our minds, quiet the noise, and grow with clarity. Let's keep closing loops together. You don't need to do more. You need to finish more. Peace isn't found in a perfect life. It's found in a finished moment. So take one open loop and close it today, not next week, not tomorrow. Today, because clarity doesn't come from adding more. It comes from letting go of what's unfinished. Your peace, your power, it's waiting on the other side of that last step. Now go close the loop and give your mind the silence it deserves.